Welcome to Cat 620, a channel diarising my ownership and experience of tracking a Caterham 620r. I think it's worth adding a bit of context to this video. So as we're watching now, I'm now leaving the pits and going on my outlap. It's worth saying that I'd already been out prior to this, where I was racing my friend with his Lotus 311. So the tyres are nice and warm, engine's nice and warm. If you've seen that other video, I'd actually spun, and my first ever time spinning the Acid Cat, which was interesting. We came into the pits where somebody asked for a passenger ride in the 311, and likewise somebody also asked for a passenger ride in the 620r. So we were going out, and as we leave the pits, as you've already seen, I notice a black Lamborghini Performante. As we continue around this lap now, it's probably worth adding as well that this is the first time I'd been on track with the Performante. The Performante had turned up for the afternoon session, so naturally you want to have a little play with a supercar. It's also worth adding that I'm an amateur driver. This is my second year tracking a car, having tracked a McLaren 600 LT last year. Only my third track session in the Acid Cat. So still learning the car very much, however feel very comfortable doing what I'm doing in the car. The morning session and the afternoon session prior to this, last time out, I did feel like the car was on rails and arguably felt like I could do anything, hence why I was chasing a supercar. My line at Quarry had been very consistent all day, really, hugging the curb on the left where you'll see the blue cone, on the brakes and gearing down once I hit the yellow cone, and by the time I hit the orange cone I've got everything out the way and I'm just fully focused on taking the corner. It's important to think of this because on the next lap round this is where the issues start to happen as I start to approach Quarry. So as we continue through Tower Corner and then on into Bobby's, we're just having loads of fun here. I'm just chasing the car. Clearly this camera, it looks like we're quite far away, but we aren't far away at all. So absolutely loving it. And as we come out of Bobby's here, you'll just see it just slowly start to pull away as it's got much more aero than the Caterham. I'm going to be quiet now as we come along the straight and go back into Quarry, and then I'm going to start talking again after the crash. So there it is, the big moment. I run out of talent. So I'm going to analyse why I think it happened, but I just want to clarify first and foremost, it's completely my fault. Clearly, even in this analysis, I'm not trying to blame anyone else. I'm just trying to give a bit of an insight into what I was doing and how I was reacting. Clearly, being an amateur with not a lot of experience, this is what caused me to end up in the wall. So taking a look at a couple of stills, this is approaching Quarry. I'm on Avon Rise. The Lambo is braking, which I'll zoom in and show in a moment. I think he's braking either on or just before the blue cone, which is a bit surprising. I can't brake over the bumps. I still think at this point that I'm okay and I can get past the bumps and still brake in my usual zone. As you can see, this close-up confirms that the Lambo is braking where I said it was. Then as we move on to the next still, this is where I start to brake again, which is at my yellow point. So everything is as normal as we stand. However, you'll notice the Lambo isn't that far away from me, so I come slightly off my racing line as I brake. All is still okay at this point, however the Lambo then appears to be going very slowly, so I stomp on my brake again, which locks up the wheels. Having no ABS, I then come off my brakes, but as I'm approaching the corner, the Lambo is now turning. I'm thinking, actually, I could be hitting this. So at this point, I know I'm carrying more speed than normal. I have a problem, but I don't think I'm crashing. However, I hit the brakes, and a few meters further on, that's when I'm just out of control, really, and I'm starting to slide towards a barrier. All I'm thinking is, I might save it, at which point I reach the grass, and then I know I'm fucked. And all I think is, please don't roll. When we hit the foam barrier, it turned the car inwards, and due to the speed we were carrying, we nailed the tyre wall through the other side, which is hard, and that's what throws the car up into the air. Luckily, we didn't roll. We landed facing the wrong way, just in time for my mate in his 311 to pass, where we give him the thumbs up. The most important aspect of all of this is me and the random passenger who asked for a few laps walked away without any injuries. Acid Cat will be back once I can get it repaired, which I'm hoping will be by June for Silverstone and Goodwood. Thanks for watching.